Hello everybody, Steven here with Cardboard Coalition, and today I figured I would bring you a how to play for Star Wars Jabba's Palace, a love letter game. Yes, another love letter game. It plays differently, slightly, but if you already know how to play a love letter game, you know how to play this game. If you can see, the setup seems very similar to any other love letter game with some extra things that also might seem similar if you've played like Infinity Gauntlet, a love letter game. So let's go ahead and talk about the setup really quick. So you give each player a reference card, and also on the back, which is really cool, if that player is eliminated, they can flip it over to the Sarlacc pit to show that they've been eliminated for that round. Kind of fun. Let's just go closer so you guys can see the art, huh? The Sarlacc pit. All right. So you give everybody a reference card. You shuffle the 19 cards, which make up the deck, the draw deck, and I'll just show you guys some of these really quick. It's kind of cool because you have rebel cards, and they call them palace cards, but Jabba cards, Jabba the Hutt cards. All right, so you get that deck ready to go. You go ahead and set that out there. All right, you take away the top card. So you take this top card, and you want to make sure that you have it in play somewhere where everybody can see. So maybe you can put it like that. That's the top card that's removed from the deck. If you want, you can put it off to the side somewhere where everybody knows that, hey, that card is out. And there's some variation. If you're to play with 2 players, you do that, and then you pull 3 more cards off the top of the deck and you set them out face up so players can see them, but that's the 2-player version. We're setting up for 4, so we just take that top deck, that top card from the deck, no one can see it, we put it off to the side. All right. Then you deal each player 1 card. So each player's got 1 card. And then you randomly select 1 agenda card. Now you have 4 agenda cards to choose from. And how this works is if all players aren't eliminated and there's more than 1 player still in the game, you go to the agenda card and you see what the winning condition is on the agenda card. All right. And so we have things like this one says the highest sum of that palace or Jabba's palace people in play area wins the round. So the highest sum. So as you play cards, you set them down in front of you. And then this one says, if there's more than 1 person still left, when this deck runs out, the person with the highest card gets the highest sum of Jabba the Hutt cards gets to win the game. So we've randomly grabbed our 1 for this play. We've set the rest off to the side. They are no longer needed. After each round, you keep this 1 in play. You do not, this is for the entire game until someone wins the game. This is the extra, this is the agenda card that you would look at, the extra win condition at the end of each round. All right, and so it's kind of funny. I just kind of glance at the player who most recently has rescued a friend. Now, I guess that could be from anything, like calling them to help them get out of work. I mean, anything. Whoever most recently rescued a friend, you get to go first. So let's just go ahead and say we're this player. And how this game works is, like Love Letter, you draw a card and you play a card. So now I have 2 cards in my hand. I have to play one of these cards. So I look at these cards and try to decide which one I want to play. So let's say this one says choose another player and guess a number. If they have that number in their hand, they're out. If they do not, they do the same to you. So you could play this card or you could play Jabba's card. Now, another thing that I want to go over really quick before we pick the card we're going to play really quick is to look at the iconography of the card. That's the value of the card. This is the name of the card. This is the ability of the card. This is how many cards are in the deck. This has 1, some of them have 2, some of them have 3, has 1 dot, and this is the faction that they're connected to. And it's nice that I pulled these because you have the rebel there and you have Jabba's palace right there. All right, so you choose to play one of those, you put it down in front of you, and I'll pick the player across from me, and I will say 3, right? So I pick a, guess a number. So I'm going to say 3. I ask this player if they have a 3. They look, oh, I didn't plan that at all, but they have a 3. Therefore, they're eliminated from the game. So they put that card up in front of them so everybody can see what card was out. they go ahead and flip over their reference card, which is this Sarlacc pit they've been eating. Nom, 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 nom. They're not out of the game. They're out of the round. Now, if they didn't have a 3, then they can call back. They can say another number back, and they could say 4 or something, and then if I had a 4 in my hand, then I would be out of the game. So there are some differences in how some of these cards work. And so you keep doing that. You just go round and round. So this player goes, next player goes, draws a card, looks at their 2 cards, and they decide to play a card, and then the next player goes, so on and so forth, until the game is over. I guess I kind of skipped that, but when you play a card, you take this action. If you can't do the action for whatever because of some game condition that might not allow you, then you just don't do the action, but you play the card down. You have to draw a card, you have to play a card. That's Love Letter and how it works. All right, and so you keep going round and round until either all players are eliminated or all the cards are gone from this deck, right? And then at the end of that round, either all these cards are gone or all the players but one have been eliminated. Then you go into the scoring phase, and that's where these come in. These are for scoring. And they're kind of nice little plastic ones. And how it works is, let's say all these players, let's go like this. Let's say all these players are eliminated. So we're going to put all these things out like this, like they've played their cards, but because of other cards, they've all been eliminated. That means this player right here has won. They get 1 point, right? They get 1 point. Whoop, and I threw it down. It was probably loud. But they get 1 point. They get to keep that 1 point. Now, there's a table inside the rule book that gives you different ones. I'll just show it to you guys really quick to explain it. Amount of players, how many points you need to win the game. So 2 players, you need 6 points. 3, you need 5. 4, 4, 5, 3, 6, 3, right? So this is a 4-player game, so someone would need 4 points to win. Now, let's say it's the end of the game, and we have 2 players still up. So these 2 players are there. We've run out of all these cards, right, which triggers the end round condition. So we look, and we see who's there. We got 2 players. We go to this, and we look at the agenda. The most rebels in play wins the round. Right? Well, this player has the most rebels. This player has no rebels. So once again, this player would get 1 point. This is working out great for me for this teaching, by the way. I didn't set it up this way. I randomly set up games. If there is a tie after the agenda, each player would get 1 point. So let's say they were out, but this person was still in at the end of the game. There would definitely be much more cards there. They would both get 1 point. And so you build up in a 4-player game, as I showed you in here, on the chart, in the rule manual. I love rule manual. The rule book. If we have 4 players, you have to have 4 points. So let's say this game ends like we just showed. These 2 players have 1 point. So then what you do is you collect up all the cards played. You collect up, not that card. That's the extra card to the side. Ignore that, bad Steven. You collect up all the cards that have been played. Everybody flips their reference back over, right? Because they're no longer in the Sarlacc pit. Remember, this agenda card stays out to the end of the game. Not the end of a round, the end of an entire game. Take all your cards. You shuffle them up. Shibby, shibby, shibby. Shibby, shibby, Cocoa Pop. All right. And then you give everybody 1 card. Pass them each their card, and you start the next round. And you keep going till someone in a 4-player game has acquired 4 points. And that is how you play Star Wars Jabba's Palace, a love letter game. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, I'm human. Enjoy. Yell at me in the comments. That's fine. If you have any questions, also, go ahead and send me a comment. Ask me some questions. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did remember one thing. There is certain cards that allow you to use this card that has been put out, trade out for this card that's been out of play, which I haven't played a lot of the regular Love Letter Infinity I have, but I don't think you normally can do that. Maybe you guys can comment on that too and tell me, but that's kind of interesting too. There's different card sets in there. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Steven with Cardboard Coalition. I'll see you later, everybody. Bye.